Yeah, hi, I'm Chica Arndt. And just want to sort of take up where I left off last time with the construction of the canal. Once the canal had been completed, all the way from the Ogeechee River to the Savannah River, towards the end of 1830, of course, in that day and age, you couldn't do anything without creating a major celebration. So they had a magnificent party to inaugurate the canal, and it was held right not too far from where the museum is today, right at Lock 5. And there is a very flowery description. They quote, "The day was fair, and each breeze was filled with the mingled odors of jessamine and violet." So how's that for a very flowery, sort of Victorian phrase that they turned? Actually, the people involved were the engineers, a lot of the investors, and of course the canal personnel. The person in charge was, his name was Young, and by some chance, one of his sons, or at least one male descendant, actually lived at Lock 5 and was the lock tender. So this made it an ideal spot. Also, it was on a little hill and a knoll, so it was a nice elevation and not as buggy as I guess much of the canal would have been. But it took them better part of 4 hours to travel by barge from Lock 2, which we know is right near Louisville Road in Savannah. And then on their return trip, they boarded the barge by the name of Alexander Telfair, and that took them another 4 hours or 4.5 hours to get back to Savannah and get off at Lock 2. One of the main items that the person writing the news article focused on were the different toasts, and apparently that was an important part of 19th century ceremony. And the interest was very high, of course, because people thought this would be an economic godsend. Thomas Young opened it all up with his toast, "The waters of the Savannah and the Ogeechee."
After many discouragements, we hailed their happy union, and with confidence looked to an enlightened and patriotic legislature for the means of adding those of the yet more majestic stream, the Altamaha.
Their plan was to go right through Bryan County and Liberty County and wind up continuing the canal down to the Altamaha, and that way tapping into the timber and of course the cotton and other crops from that area. And then they go on through some incredible number of toasts. When we did a reenactment of this, because we thought it was such a stunning idea, the most popular toast was Edward Borkman's, "To the canal, champagne to the friends of the canal, and real pain to its enemies." That seemed to be the favorite one, and the reenactors just vied over that one. Really interesting little reenactment, but it was a nice way, and of course, if you know the time period, it was a wonderful way in which people could commemorate and really sort of do justice to something they thought was such an important and significant economic endeavor.